Last week, Flat Earth Banjo pumped out another video, and since almost everything he says is laced with dishonesty and deceit, it wasn't too hard to pick this one out, especially when you know it's in there somewhere. So just to keep this short and to the point, I'll get right into it and play the relevant snippet from Banjo's video.
Thanks for making the time as you're about to hop on the plane, serving your more than 19 hours.
I've flown all the way to New York just to fly back to Sydney. So it's a big trip just for that flight. The only two continents in the world that don't have a direct service.
So I don't really understand why Alan Joyce said the only two continents in the world that don't have a direct flight. What happened to flights from Sydney to LA? How about the flights from Sydney to Houston and from Sydney to Dallas? So does he think New York City is a continent? Why did he say this?
What? You don't understand why he said that? Well, let's just watch the original just to get an idea on why he actually said that.
Thanks for making the time as you're about to hop on the plane, serving your more than 19 hours.
I've flown all the way to New York just to fly back to Sydney. So it's a big trip just for that flight. Yeah.
And tell us about the ways in which this is going to be different from your usual flight plan to try and ensure that people feel better by the time they arrive.
Well, you know, Australia is a long way away from everywhere, and we have some of the longest routes in the world. Last year we started Perth to London, the first time Australia and Europe were connected with a direct service. The only two continents in the world that don't have a direct service.
Oh, so that's why he said that. He was talking about a completely different continent. So how could you not understand why he said that, when it's quite clear that you intentionally cut that part out to make it look like he was talking about something else? Now normally, I'd just write a sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek comment applauding him for his nice subtractive editing skills. But when he deleted the comment, then he knows that I know that he knows he's just full of shit. So if there's one thing that you flat earthers do consistently get right, is that they do lie. It's just that you haven't figured out that you're all referring to the wrong people.